on a verbal level?
One way of understanding addiction is to compare it to adolescence. Adolescence is nature's method of going from dependence to independence. Most adults look at adolescence very negatively, and that it is a crass, difficult time. The questions that an adolescent asks and the questions that a newly sober person asks are very similar. What do I look like? What am I going to be like when I'm all grown up, when I'm all sober? Will anybody like me? Will I like me? Will there be any place for me? Does all this mean anything? Aren't my troubles, aren't my pimples so big that everything else is just small beside it? Aren't my sins so big that how can anything overcome those things? And if you have a helpful parent that says, oh no, you're a good-looking kid, your pimples aren't very big, the pimple suddenly gets bigger. Because these are things that cannot be solved by outside advice. They have to be solved by having a slow realization of who you are from inside, from a consciousness. So acupuncture is one of the very few ways, because a person in this situation can't learn yoga or Tai Chi, or they can't learn any meditation, they don't have any ego strength, any sense of anchoring to learn that. So I'm going to teach you a similar skill. The skill of being quiet, of being natural, animal skill, simple, direct, whole body skill.
We offer acupuncture here at GMHC as part of SUS's services, and SUS is a Substance Use Counseling and Education, and we offer an acupuncture clinic 4 evenings a week, Monday through Thursday from 5 to 6:30. We offer it at that time because we find that it's easier for people to come in. A lot of the people are working, and a lot of them are coming in for individual assessments, they're coming in for counseling, they're coming in for group services, and the acupuncture is a real useful thing to happen before the services begin.
Breathe in and let it go. What I see a lot is when people come in here, they're not necessarily ready to talk about any kind of specific problem. Like they'll come here saying that it was suggested to them that they come and get an acupuncture treatment, that it might be helpful for them. They won't lead on to necessarily in the beginning what it's about, but it seems to have a big connection with the services that we provide, that people are looking to make some kind of changes and they don't know where to start talking about it. And if they come here and say they're here for acupuncture, it's the beginning of them just being here, and then the conversations about why they're really here begin to happen.
I started coming like twice a week, but now I try to come 3 or 4 times a week, and I just come here, they stick me, you don't even feel it. As long as you relax, you breathe in, breathe out, they put them in, and sometimes I just like zonk out for like 45 minutes to an hour, and then I wake up and I'm just ready to go and run a marathon for like a day or 2. I sleep better. I have no more cocaine or alcohol addictions. I've given up smoking. I sleep well, and just much more even. My patience and level of tolerance has increased. I'm much more focused, and this gives me time to think about things I would normally never entertain. Let's face it, how many people just sit in a chair for an hour doing nothing? But here, you put them in, and you just let your mind run free, and it works.
I talk a lot. Talking is real important for me, and to see that there's another side of giving to a person in a nonverbal way was new for me. I said to myself, how can this work? If I don't talk to them, how can I know what's going on with a person? And they asked me to believe in the process of allowing the treatment to be nonverbal, and through that I saw that in time people started trusting me. I feel like giving the acupuncture is me being able to give something to someone else that, not that I have, but that I can play a part in. And that kind of works for me.
The farmer, for instance, will plant seeds in the autumn. They leave them lay and don't touch them during the winter. And then when the plants start to grow, They put little sticks in the ground and so on to give guidance to the plant in the springtime. And that farmer has to know, what is the seed when do I help? If the seed is still deep underground and I decide I want to diagnose this person, why don't they like themselves? I'm going to dig up the ground and find that little seed. What I'm going to find is a dead seed. Because the potential for change is killed by that early exposure, that early diagnosis. And yes, the professional may have some theory they write in the paper about why the person doesn't like themselves. That's not the purpose of why we're here. We're here to help the person improve, not just to write something in the paper. And so I may have diagnosed something correctly, but if the seed died, if the possibility for change dies, then I haven't done anything. In fact, I've done something a little harmful. Acupuncture helps the therapist be more patient, and it helps stabilize this patient, the client, while seeds are still growing, while deep-seated issues are still developing. If we really want to change this, we don't need to list and worry all the time. Let's use the process of nature. Nature changes things in the right time and in the right season. So we can presume there are seeds in the air all the time, that there's the potential for change is there. And let's be a good farmer and not dig up the ground in the winter. And wait till that seed sprouts.